Hello, everybody. My name is Olexa. His name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire Draft Champions, where this time we have like 170 random people watching us play it online as we stream on twitch.tv/RhapsodyPlays and twitch.tv/Olexa stream. How are you today, Rhapsody?
Incredible. Honestly, I honestly didn't sleep well, but I'm feeling quite good despite.
That's good. I hope you are ready to have your ass kicked at Slay the Spire Draft Champions 2 times in a freaking row.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm not letting you put together a win streak here. That's not allowed.
How has your success with the new character been?
I mean, I don't mean to brag or toot my own horn, but I've won a very significant majority of my runs with her.
All right. Cool. I'm proud of you. You should be afraid, though, because of the around 8 to 10 runs that I have done of the new character, I have won none of them. So,
So you've got a win coming up.
I mean, yeah, I'm due. That's exactly correct. I am more than due. So how about we flip these completely random relics and see what we're dealing with?
Sure, you know what? You flip that side, I'll flip this side at the same time.
All right. And then the middle gets flipped after, which we just picked a completely random special relic. So that's going to be the 9th pick, the end all be all. Whoever gets it wins the run. Okay.
All right.
Ready?
3, 2, 1, flip.
All right.
Woohoo!
What an interesting array of relics today. So weird.
Strange. Completely, incredibly random.
Completely random. And this incredible special relic that we picked at random from the deck, there it is.
What? I wouldn't have been able to guess.
Completely random.
We've got a mark of the bloom here, which is hilarious.
It's just
gonna be fun. It's just chilling.
Yeah, it's just chilling. Okay, are you ready for us to flip our 30 cards and then start creating a deck that neither one of us can pass?
I couldn't be readier. I'm just going to move this slightly up so it doesn't interfere with the top cards.
Totally fair. All right. Ready, chat? 3, 2, 1. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, Slay the Spire. Why do you do this to me? All right. You know what?
So, did it work better last time in order to, like, set them all at... Oh, no. We're going to manually do it?
I'm going to manually do it. Grab a stack, Raps.
I'm not going to be able to help you on this one. I got a significant amount of delay.
That's even worse, to be honest. Yeah, you have 320 ping right now. That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, just patiently watch me as I flip 30 cards. We're more than halfway there. That's okay. I gotta go in. I gotta fix this this little guy because he's been bugging out a lot for us here of late. But that's okay.
So I'm sorry, YouTube, but the thumbnail for this episode is gonna look real weird.
They're not shuffled. They're like.
What do you mean they're not shuffled?
They're like literally all the same as you're going through them.
Oh.
God
dang
well, no,
it. What would have happened is any duplication, like any 2 cards that were the same, when you shuffled them down here, would have been sorted next to one another, and then you turn them upside down. So it just pulled 3 protects. It's just they're pulled together.
Yeah. I want to shuffle.
Okay, shuffle.
All right.
You can't prove this isn't random? I mean, it's very hard to prove a negative. You're right. You're right.
You got a fair point, chat. All right.
Shannon, thank you very much for the
Hey!
Woo!
Let's go.
It works this time. The build is significantly worse, though.
Ross by Luigi, thank you so much for the follow. All right. So this you got to give, like, Raps and I a second to read these, because when there's no pictures, this crap is terrible to figure out what the heck you're doing.
Yup. Extremely. So I'm just gonna silently sit here providing no content or commentary. I'm
gonna sit here and provide negative content and commentary as I read these.
Okay.
Thank you, Haynes.
Did you just delete that card?
Dude, I'm not meaning to. I'm gonna be real. I know what the issue is. Just ignore it.
Are they just dropping through the table or something?
No, I'm muting myself to call out follows and stuff, and apparently my mute key is the same as delete whatever I moused over.
I do apologize. I've got both my OBS and Discord muted on the same button, so I'm gonna be a little rude and not be able to do that at the moment.
That's okay. I don't mind.
Okay.
Okay. I need to see what I'm doing here. I think I know the path I'm gonna do, but
same.
I'm really hoping it ain't the same as yours. Because both of us going for this is going to be a disaster.
Well, look, you're going to win the coin flip, so it'll be fine.
I mean, that's also true. All right, Ramps. Are you ready?
I am. I call heads.
Okay. I'm going to also have you, before we draft these relics, I'm going to have you go through and explain what each of them does for some of the people in chat that do not know the new relics.
Mm-hmm. More than happy to. Okay, this is Mark of the Bloom, and it's an event relic. It's provided by the Mind of the Bloom event on the 3rd floor. It says you can no longer heal, so no one's going to be taking it.
Absolutely.
This is a ceramic fish. Whenever you add a card to your deck, gain 7 HP. 7 HP, sorry, 7 gold. This one here is Akabeko. The first attack you play each combat deals 3 additional damage. There's also Strike Dummy, which is all cards that contain strike in the name deal 3 additional damage. Over here we have the Rusty Chain. This is a boss relic, actually, in rarity. And it is in elite and boss fights, you gain extra energy. In normal fights, you don't. These down here are the, I believe... can't remember the name of them. I think it's shoulder pads or something like that. Ooh, this one I've never had. So, does anyone remember what this one does?
We're gonna wait for your chat to say it because I sure as hell don't know what it is. So.
Ah, right. It's the clasp. Does it make you start in calm? No, that's the teardrop locket you're talking about. 2 block for every card left in your hand at the end of the turn. Thank you very much, Rowena. There's also the ink bottle. Whenever you play 10 cards, draw 1 card. Specifically, whenever you play 10 cards, so it does go over fights and over turns. And down here, we have the good old corn chip. It's known as no other thing. Its title in the game is corn chip, and you can never convince me otherwise. It's a boss relic, and it doubles the effectiveness of all potions. Up at the very top, we also have the Rod God, also known as the Tungsten God, also known as the Tungsten Rod. It used to be garbage, but now it is whenever you take HP damage, take 1 less.
It used to be garbage, now it's just slightly less garbage.
Really? It saved my run. I don't know if you weren't.
I did hear it saved you, but I'm iffy on it.
I had a runic dome, so I didn't even know that it was going to save me, but Rod God. Much appreciated. Right. So if you'd like to let that one land, I'm on heads. Uh-huh. Of course.
Only fair.
So that's 10 in a row.
Yeah, only fair. Thank you for the bits if you're going. All right. So, I want the next 2 cards, so I will take the first relic, and that relic will be Mark of the Bloom, obviously. No, I'm going to take Shackles.
All right. I can see it. So you want the first, you want the next 2 on the cards, right? So I get the first card?
Yep. See ya, Jonas. Have a good one, buddy.
Well, obviously I'm taking the corn chip. It's coming with me.
As it does.
As it does, exactly. You don't add many cards over the course of Draft Champions because we have a no card reward mod, so no ceramic fish.
Yeah.
Akabeko is really, really weak with this this setup here. It could have been good in the previous one where there was a Ragnarok, but not here. Just in time for Draft Champions. Glad to have you here. God. Oh man, the relic set actually doesn't even get me excited here.
No, they're pretty bad, man.
Uh-huh. I'll take the clasp.
Okay.
Did they get boss reward cards? Yes.
I will be taking
I think. Bad boy. No, we don't. We don't actually.
No, we do.
You're going to take Strike Dummy?
Yes. No,
Okay,
that's not what I wanted at all. I wanted this.
Ooh. Okay.
You said strike dummy, and then I remembered what they did. You got to keep in mind, I don't know what any of these do. So
that's entirely fair. I'll be taking the ink bottle.
All right. And
Well, Rap, I need to go. See you tomorrow.
I don't know. Like, they're all pretty terrible, so I guess I'll take that anyway. All right.
All right, so you're looking to draft this strike down here, so I'm going to hate pick you and draft it first.
Okay, sure. Go for it. Knock yourself out.
Cool.
All right. That's fair. That's a good card.
It's ridiculous. Frankly, it's entirely ridiculous.
It's a good card. I will be taking this and following it up with this.
We're not going for the same build!
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
That made you happy, huh?
Yeah, extremely happy. You kidding me?
All right.
I didn't want you to be on my build.
All right. Thank you for the bits. You're going.
Taking the flurry of blows.
All right. See, now I have to think because I didn't think this far. I believe. So do we? Dude, there's like no. There's barely any stance entering here. Oh, that's not true.
What do you mean?
There's plenty. There's plenty.
Exactly.
I lied. Okay. I think I want the card that I want. You're not gonna take, so I can chill on that. I think what I want is just to get. Dude, it's actually the hardest draft champs ever trying to read these cards and not have pictures. It's driving me up a wall right now. It's so difficult.
It's a bit rough.
Yeah. Let's do. I'm gonna snag this.
Yeah. I really think Perseverance is like one of the strongest cards in the set.
Yes.
I'm taking Adaptation though. Because I'm not letting you hate pick that from me.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna then take the other one. Alistair, hello.
Take Crescendo.
Okay, I'm gonna take Clear the Mind.
Figured that was gonna happen.
It was more or less like I was just waiting for you to take one or the other, and then I was gonna take the other. I don't want you to have both.
Simmering Fury.
Okay, that's a weird pick, but I'm with it. Okay, at this point, this is where they're gonna get weird here.
Yep.
But I'm gonna take this.
Empty Fist.
Then I'm gonna take this.
Halt.
Then I'm gonna take this.
Falling back.
Rowanette, thanks so much for the follow. Okay, now I'm sad you took that. Because I really need that. I really needed that.
There's not much AoE on offer.
Yeah, I really needed that.
It's not AoE, but look, it's better in an AoE fight.
Yeah, I needed this for sure. So now I'm sad. But that's okay. That's okay. Let's. You
got to get that strike. I'm gonna hate pick that strike from you.
Yeah, I don't care.
That's 9 damage.
He's whatever. I like Cut Through Fate. I think that's an okay card.
It is.
A lot of these other ones just like don't matter to me at all. I'm gonna take Follow Up, even though I don't think it's that good.
I'm gonna take Talk to the Hound.
Okay. I'm gonna take Meditate.
Yep. Okay, so you've got 2 calm triggers in that deck now.
Yes.
Interesting. I was strongly suspecting you weren't going to take Meditate for the entire time, and I was just going to take it at the end.
So you got to keep in mind, when I played Draft Champs against you, I only know one score modifier, and that's curses. So I got to have a way to exhaust the curses. It's a very simple strategy. All right.
That's totally fair. You've got 2 copies of Perseverance in that deck as well, so you're no longer a Highlander deck, whereas I currently am not either with the halts.
There you go. No worries. You guys should add.
I actually think
curses to
Foreign
Tabletop
Influence is actually
Simulator draft
ridiculous.
deck. That's an interesting idea, Evil Pickle. Okay, let's do Dude, I friggin' love having artifacts. So, like, fasting is such a good card for me, in my opinion. But I'm also like, oh, sure, why not? This deck is dumb. Yes. It's weird. I don't think I like it, but it'll be okay. I'll take Path to Victory and hope it just hits Sands of Time over and over. I'll take the other Defend.
Hate pick your strike.
Hate pick. Okay, fair enough. And I mean, I like genuinely don't care about the strike, but I guess I'll take it.
Weave. All right, that's not a bad. Honestly, I feel like both of us are pretty happy with our decks. Like we need to hit an early shot, but we'll be fine.
It was honestly, it went much faster than I expected it to as well. But it was also just, it was smooth riding. We didn't really get in each other's way. The only one that I really wanted from you was Bowling Bash. And
obviously, I wanted that Clear Mind, but
yeah,
I'll be able to find my own calm triggers. Ideally, I find like Way of the Hand or something. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Hand, but it allows you to enter calm if the enemy is intending to attack. That's going to be really important, picking up like my first 2 repeatable calm triggers.
Yeah, that's interesting.
All right. Well, we should both note these down. In the YouTube world, we'll teleport you immediately to the run.
Yes. And instead, we'll continue to BS you here on Twitch. Hey, guys. I was about to say, welcome to Slay the Spire Draft Champions with Rhapsody. We're back in the run. We already drafted the damn cards. You saw it 4 seconds ago. Are you ready to begin, Raps?
Never been ready for anything in my life.
I mean, it's probably got to be something, but I'm glad that you can feel.
No, I'm just saying that I'm extremely unprepared for most things in life.
Oh, I mean,
and I'm also unprepared for this. It's just like it's relative.
It's a little bit of like I don't know, mildly depressing way to think about it, but also I have Windmill Strike, by the way, which counts as a strike. Didn't even realize that.
Okay, so you have 2 strikes in there. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I didn't even realize, but I do. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, Rhapsody. This is the part where I already have to just start bugging the crap out of you about random things. So, my chat's been asking me for a while to rate some fruit. Since you're not a chocolate person and you're not a ice cream person, I would assume that you are probably a fruit person.
That's a bold stance to take. Do you want me to confirm nor deny?
I would like you to confirm whether or not you are a fruity person. That, honestly, the way I worded that could have been done approximately 400 better ways. But all right.
Honestly, like, banana's an herb, isn't it? Technically an herb?
I mean, okay, look, we can do the tomatoes of fruit garbage, or we can cut to the chase and be like, hey, we are talking about the world's most widely known fruits, such as apples and oranges, and also bananas, even though bananas aren't actually a fruit, yada, yada, yada. Anyway. Yeah.
No, I'm fine with that. I'm not going to take issue with that.
Okay.
It's just we're talking about its culinary definition rather than its botanical definition. All right, fine. Top tier, banana, then apple, and then it goes straight to F tier for the rest.
Wow.
A hard stance to take, I know.
Oh my god. That was actually like violent how fast it fell. God. So dang, dude. I don't think I was actually ready for that.
You got an issue? Get a tissue. What's up?
I don't know how to reply to this except for disagreeing, which I suppose that's kind of just like standard for me these days, but so I'm going to say this. 1, bananas, delicious, but overrated. All right.
Ooh, whoa. Okay, hang on. How are you eating your bananas? Are you waiting for no black spots to appear on the skin and just like, are you eating a straight up green banana? What are you doing here?
Okay, so allow me to make my point, and then I want you to realize that I somewhat know the point is wrong. Okay.
Okay. These are always the best ones.
Yeah, I think that's an important point of this to make. So, bananas are okay. However, I don't actually like bananas to just eat as is. For me, a banana has to be in something.
Okay, what does a banana have to be in?
So, like, a banana is good in any dessert ever. A banana is really, really good in a smoothie. But other than that, I don't want to eat the banana. And I know that that's a really hot take, okay? And I've come to on the fact that my opinion on bananas is pretty wrong, okay?
It is.
Yeah.
It's not only wrong, but offensive.
Okay, I mean, I've come to that my opinion on bananas is wrong and offensive. However, I stand pretty by this. Like, I used to not eat bananas at all, okay? I've come to that at least bananas are good. Like, I like the flavor of bananas. It's just kind of the texture of a banana I'm very, very iffy on. So...
Alright, so, again, what kind of banana you eating if you're eating it raw?
So...
This is a raw banana.
So... Here's where I'm gonna out myself. I don't think I've eaten a banana in probably, like... 10 years.
You got a pretty strong stance for someone who hasn't eaten a banana in 10 years.
I mean, okay, that is fair. Like, but I've had pieces of banana. Or like a frozen banana, for example. Delicious. I got no issues with frozen bananas. Very, very good. But, you know, just not really a big fan of the whole, I guess just the whole, like, banana thing as a whole. It's a little meh.
It's okay. Everyone's allowed to be wrong.
Dude, look, I understand that I'm wrong. That's the big part of this, is like I completely understand the condition of being wrong in this scenario. Yo, Duvu Dal is sick on this run though.
For you maybe.
Yeah, it's sick. Pardon?
I'm not gonna use it.
We're good. I will absolutely be using it. I'm also probably gonna die, but that's 100% beside the point. So I agree with you. Apples are great. Okay.
Yep.
Apples are great. However, allow me to also.
What? No, you don't get to continue that sentence.
No.
Apples are great and done.
Apples are great. However, it has to be a good apple for it to be good.
Oh yeah. Are you going for a crisp green apple or are you going for a red?
So, see, here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. I'm pretty picky when it comes to fruit.
You know what? I can tell. For the whole banana
So, yes.
debacle.
The banana debacle is real, okay? But I'm not a very big green apple person. I'm also not that big of a like normal red apple person either. Like, for me, I want my apple. Here's my ideal apple, okay?
Okay.
My ideal apple is give me a very ridiculously hard apple. Like, to the point where I want to, if I can't hear it when I bite into it, it's not a good enough apple. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I want it
to hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I want it to borderline hurt my teeth when I bite into it.
Okay, we're on board with this. We're on board.
Okay. But also, I need it to be like a very tart apple. I don't want a sweet apple.
What do you have against sweet things?
It's not that I have anything against sweet things as much as I have everything against... I'm dead, dude. I can't play this character. I literally, like, do not comprehend it at all. I will be restarting, don't worry.
The character is difficult. I will agree with you on that front.
Yes.
Sorry.
And I have the seeds, so don't worry. I just need to write it down.
Be good. Glad to hear it.
But yeah, I mean, so apples, I'm gonna put them into the B tier for fruit. Bananas, I'm gonna throw into the C tier, just so you know. I know it disappoints you, but I can't eat them on their own, which automatically I feel like has to bump them down a couple tiers. That said, I mean, delicious in other things, just not on their own, which gotta bump them down a tiny bit. In the A tier, however, give me blackberries. Those are like those are S tier, honestly. They sit at the ultimate top. Give me oranges in the A tier, and I stand by that one. Oranges are delicious. Give me peaches up in the A tier region. Peaches are delicious as well. I'll throw blueberries and strawberries into B tier.
Okay.
And I don't know what.
So you're a berry boy.
Dude, absolutely, I'm a berry boy. One of the best desserts that you could ever give me a big bowl of a bunch of berries and just some whipped cream, and that's good enough for me.
I feel like I understand you better now.
Is that so?
The context of knowing you're a berry boy makes me understand you better, yeah.
Can I ask what that makes you understand better about me, knowing that I'm a berry boy?
Well, because you asked about fruit, and then you specified a bunch of berries as your A and B tiers.
I mean...
So, like, if we were including berries, I'm gonna go watermelon.
Okay, I mean, see, now that's... These are bold opinions.
I actually hate watermelon. Okay. I actually straight up hate watermelon. I can't stand by that, sorry.
I mean, that's an even bolder opinion, because...
Yeah, sorry about it.
Good watermelon on a summer day is... I mean, like, actually the best thing ever, but...
We've no shortage of those here in Australia, and yet... I think I'm gonna be perfecting the log of all in here.
That's, like, absolutely frightening to me, because I was nowhere even remotely close to flawlessing anything that I did. But this time around, you better watch out, Raps. I'm adding my last relic, and then I'm back in the saddle again. You just
come and have a go with you. Go enough, mate.
Okay, so I'm back on my run, so now I can go back to having bad opinions.
Welcome back.
So, if you want to go down the route of the various melons and that route, which I know, sure, watermelon's a berry, yada yada, all the other bad opinions from Rhapsody here. Even though, like, whatever, sure, it actually is, yada yada. Then yeah, I mean, I'd throw watermelon. Honestly, I kind of just forgot about watermelon. So that raises.
People always forgetting about watermelon. People are sleeping on watermelon, I feel.
I mean, you just said that you don't like watermelon, so I don't really think you're sleeping on
it at all.
But what's your opinion on, like, a cantaloupe?
It would be extremely uninformed, because I have never had an experience with cantaloupe in my entire GD life.
Really? You've never had a cantaloupe?
Never had a cantaloupe.
You've never just sat down and ate an entire friggin' cantaloupe by yourself?
You know what? I think it'd be weirder if I had.
I mean, this is also fair, but that actually, dude, that's surprising.
Who's just casually sitting in the corner of their apartment with the lights off eating a cantaloupe?
Don't tell me how to live my life, Rhapsody.
You're right. I'm sorry. My bad.
I don't know. That's surprising to me because for us, so in the U.S. of A, baby, whenever you order like a fruit salad, you are getting, I would say, 4 things in that fruit salad. Okay.
All right.
You are getting a chunk of watermelon. And chat, please correct me if I'm wrong on this, because this is at least my experience with fruit salads. You're getting a chunk of watermelon. You're getting a chunk of pineapple, which, by the way, bad fruit, no interest in it.
Yeah, great.
Cool. You're getting a chunk of watermelon, chunk of pineapple. You're getting a couple of grapes and a little bit of honeydew. Totally fine with the honeydew. That's not the issue here. I like the honeydew. I'm fine with the cantaloupe. However, I also understand that cantaloupe is not necessarily a good fruit. Okay.
Okay.
That said,
you mentioned grapes.
Grapes. I mean, so grapes are a different beast for sure. And here's the issue with grapes: too many kinds, which is an absolutely god awful opinion to bring in here. Okay. But there's actually too many kinds of grapes. You've got red grapes, you got green grapes, you got have you okay, so this is gonna be one where you're gonna either be like heck yeah, or you're gonna be like the crap you talking about, Tyler. Have you heard of the cotton candy grapes?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
What the hell are you talking about, Tyler?
There it is. These grapes taste like cotton candy.
I could have gotten that from the name.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you were hoping that it wasn't that, but it's that.
No,
right?
I like cotton candy.
Yeah, but like not in a grape. That's the issue.
Why not in a grape?
Why in a grape is, I think, a better question.
I think that like another even better question would be why not.
So you're telling me that in your heart of hearts, you are totally okay with having your grapes taste like cotton candy?
Well, I don't like grapes, so it's probably not a particularly good question for me in particular.
Look, my man. You...
Look, if you're going to serve me grapes, what I'm going to need you to do is put them in a barrel and step on them for a while and then throw them in an attic.
Okay, now...
Then bring them back to me in about 15 to 20 years.
Now...
Or, 4 months as the case may be. Mainly by clean skins.
Okay, we are at least on the same page on those forms of grapes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't know. People, there's a lot of, the whole dang world is messed, is what I've learned from this.
I feel like my job is just to frustrate you at this point. I'm beginning to wonder if Raps actually eats food. Not really. I photosynthesize.
Honestly, I'm not surprised at this point either. Like, you've had the points of I eat 2 fruits and I don't eat chocolate in the past week that I've talked to you. And like both of those are, I will go so far as to say, horrendous takes. Like,
ooh.
I mean,
I would agree.
Yeah, they're actually terrible takes. And like, I appreciate them, but I'm also like, who hurt you kind of thing. But
look, I didn't eat that many grapes while growing up. And I didn't eat that, like, literally for me, it was exclusively apples and bananas for the longest period of time. And I'm trying to branch out culinarily, but it's slow going. I've expanded my horizons beyond the 18 or so years where I ate basically beef stroganoff every other night.
Dude, except beef stroganoff is delicious.
It is, but it's not delicious every other night.
I mean, it could be though. It's pretty good is all I'm gonna say. Like, it's pretty good.
You're lying to me.
You
don't actually hold that opinion.
I like beef stroganoff a lot.
So do I, but not as regularly as that.
It's okay. I'm kind of in on the beef stroganoff debacle here. I think I'm dead again.
It'll happen occasionally as his character. It'll definitely happen occasionally.
Yeah, so I'm definitely dead again.
I feel like the quality of the chocolate is fairly critical. There's a pretty big difference between Hershey's and 70% dark chocolate with rose and cardamom. Yeah, Hershey's in particular, like what Americans think of as chocolate outside of your people who are kind of like more chocolate connoisseurs, doesn't exist outside of America because it tastes like vomit. As in, literally, there is an enzyme in Hershey's that is reminiscent of the taste and smell of sick for like a significant portion of people. I am one of those people.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty messed. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't necessarily like Hershey's, so I'm with you that it's terrible. However, there's like plenty of really good chocolate, man, that you're missing out on in life because of your bad opinion juice that you're sipping. So
the bad opinion juice is just what my brain marinates in.
I mean, same, dude. That is absolutely same. So I have to at least dig this one a tiny bit further. What other fruits / vegetables / any food in general do you not like? Because so far I've learned a lot of things you don't like, but I'm actually interested to see just how far it can go.
Okay, what's the most common thing that I don't like? What's the most surprising thing that I don't like? I don't like the texture of crushed peanuts. I'm not allergic to peanuts at all. It's the texture.
Yeah, it's weird. Continue.
Okay, we're good. I don't like pho. I know you love pho,
oh,
so
yeah, that one hurts me inside, dude. But
yeah, I'm sorry about that. I look, I was holding that for a while because I watched you have a conversation about pho, and I was like, you know what? I don't need to ruin this man's day, but it's not my thing. Never has been. I did give it a good old college honest try, though.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's good enough, even though deep in my heart I know it's not good enough. But
you can't be mad at me for that.
I'm a little mad at you for that.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, good lord. All right, hang on. It's gonna take me a while to load this in my brain because I do eat most things now. It's just you keep hitting upon the things that I don't eat.
Okay, I mean, so I'll out myself. Okay.
Okay.
Because I think it's only fair. I don't like milk to the point where I have basically never drank a glass of milk and probably never will.
Draft Champions is over.
Okay, I mean, that's fair.
It's ended.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. I'm sorry about it, but that's one I can't abide.
Yeah.
So I'm a big boy. I'm 6'4", and at certain points in my life I've weighed up to 115 kilos. So as I was going through growth spurts as a kid, I just didn't know why, but I needed calories. I just desperately needed them.
Okay.
So I would go home, I would get 2 cans of baked beans, half a loaf of bread. I'd butter that half of loaf of bread after it's toasted. I'd put the 2 cans of baked beans into a single large bowl. I'd melt cheese on top of it, and I'd drink about 2 liters of milk after school every day.
That's kind of the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, no, I didn't grow up well.
I mean, that's not even bad opinion juice. That's just bad juice, man. Like,
yeah,
it's horrible. I think is the word that I'm looking for.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree 100%. I like these are the limitations of my culinary experience up until a certain point in my life, and then everything expanded beyond that point. And I like a bunch of different cuisines now, and like some fancy things and things like that. I can't summon any of them off the top of my head, unfortunately, when I'm trying to describe.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably like if you would have told me that on the street without us doing like 30 videos together or whatever we've done at this point, probably would just like never talk to you ever again, because that one was really weird.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be wrong.
It's really weird. Your baked bean cheese soup is. I don't got a lot of words. When I just said that in my head again, I was like, man, it's an oddball. That said, I also love it. Like that, it's one of the best things I've heard in a really long time.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that my malnourishment has.
I mean, it has nothing to do with you being malnourished, but it has everything to do about like. Those are the kind of stories that if you were to go on to like worst thing I ever ate, that's the kind of crap that people would say, and yet you just kind of went in stride with that like it was normal. And that
like it was normal.
Okay, let's be honest. Everyone in chat is thinking it's not. Like
it's not.
It's a frightening combination of things.
Look, I understand that inclination, but at the same rate, you know, I just clearly needed the I grew tall so fast that I got stretch marks, right? Like I needed the calories for the growth spurts.
I'm also gonna go out and say, so you're a very lucky man, because so for those that don't know, I am a like 5'9" scrawny white boy, and like I played basketball a lot of my life, and if I could have been like 4 inches taller, I could have actually been good. Instead, I'm like a puny little tiny lad. So I wish in a million years I could have had the height and weight that you had / have. I mean, I suppose you probably didn't shrink, but sadly,
I dropped a couple. Dropped a couple at least.
Well, let me just say, I think
the kilos.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you dropped a couple inches, but I'm telling you, you're
I got a couple to spare. It's the in particular, like for that, I do feel bad that I'm squandering the height that could be used for basketball. My father played basketball for state and was going to go for country, but didn't. And I have like a 2 centimeter vertical. Like I'm not good at sports.
That's interesting. That's actually really cool that your dad, I'm gonna call it played professionally, even though I know it wasn't technically professionally, but I mean, I guess it kind of was professionally.
Semi, yeah.
Yeah, semi-professionally. That's very cool. I always, I wouldn't say it was a dream of mine too, because I think that's a pretty poor way of wording it. It's not like I've been sitting here like if I'm not the next LeBron James, I'm gonna be real
okay.
pissed,
Well,
like,
bad news.
Yeah, well, but it's yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't know. Life is a journey, isn't it?
Well, that's a funny old thing.
Yeah. So to recap, you love milk.
Love it.
Can't get enough of it. Are you a chocolate milk person?
No.
I mean, I figured as much, but I just wanted to kind of make sure that you were not in fact a chocolate milk person. Because it would have been pretty hypocritical if you like chocolate milk, but
you know what?
Thanks
for keeping them straight and narrow on that one.
Yeah. Just a very interesting man, perhaps. Quite the interesting man.
I'm glad you think so. Because like all of this could easily come across as, so you've lived none of a life yet.
No, I see, and that goes into the bold claims area, I think. Because I mean, we're all raised in different areas. It's funny because, and I say this a lot, but one of the best things about YouTube is the ability to meet a lot of people from a lot of different areas and just learn a lot about the different areas that you're in. And to me, you know, at least from my train of thought, Australia and the US are a lot alike in a lot of ways. They're also a lot not alike in a lot of ways, but they're a lot alike in a lot of ways.
So that's a truism through and through?
Yes. So I hear stories like that from you, and it is intriguing in some ways, because it's kind of like I just actually like royally screwed myself with a curse in my deck there for a second. But I hear stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, I mean, our places are pretty similar. And then I hear you talking about, you know, like Vegemite, and I'm like, okay, our places are like completely different, and I don't understand.
How many times have you heard me talk about Vegemite?
Not often. All right, it has not been often that you talk about Vegemite, but I mean, you still have Vegemite in your place of stuff that you do. Also
sure,
as, like,
yeah.
the whole living
Vegemite
thing.
exists
Yes.
within my country.
That's the series of words. You got to keep in mind that my head is still like mildly turned off for the course of the past like 48 hours, but
that's 100% totally fair.
Yeah, dude, I'm tempted to Snecko even though like nothing in my deck is Sneckoable. I suppose.
Snecko the Gecko and then go to the shop at the side of the next floor and pick up a wallop.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take Philosopher's Stone and call it a day. The fact that I even survived on that floor is good enough for me. But where are you at on your run? Because I'm assuming you're like approaching done.
I'm fighting the Bronze Automaton. It's
Okay.
like it's taking me a while because this character is the highest skill ceiling character that's been included in the game so far, but in particular, you have to think not about this turn or the next turn, but the turn after the next turn a lot of the time because of start switching stuff and retain.
Yes.
So, like, I'm trying to play as fast as possible without also losing.
Yeah. I'm trying to play and not die, but also dying. So it's a little bit of a double-edged sword for me right now.
I'm gonna leave those in my next hand. Alright. So what would you say is the food item that you get most maligned for not enjoying?
Pineapple. Which is a strange one.
I mean, people are just wrong though. People are just wrong on that.
I mean, I agree. Like I've never understood what the obsession with it is. To me, it's just like it's just like I don't get why I should have to enjoy fruit that just makes you feel crappy after. Like, it's just a bad fruit.
So
like
it specifically makes you feel bad?
So like pineapple has there's like an acidity in pineapple that burns your mouth. And like whenever I eat pineapple, my mouth kind of burns after it. I don't really get.
Are you sure you're just not low-key allergic to pineapple?
I mean, there's also a decent chance that that's the thing.
All right.
But I don't think that that's the case. Maybe this is another I'm sipping the bad opinion juice, but I don't really get the pineapple thing, and people like to judge me on the pineapple thing. So I'd say that
I'm not going to judge you.
Definitely.
Frankly, it would be rude to judge another person based on the food that they don't like, Alexa. Frankly, it'd be rude.
I mean, I'm gonna abstain any judgment here. Oh my god, dude. I just added a friggin' curse to my deck in the dang gremlin table, man.
The gremlin table man, yeah.
Gremlin table man. This is absolute disaster. I might do I just die? No, I got two hearts. Two hearts. Yeah, because that's what they are in this.
Two hearts beating is one?
Oh my. There's all kinds of bad raps. A lot of bad.
Ooh, couldn't agree more. So, okay, so pineapple, but something else. Something that I might get mad about.
Pistachios?
No. It's a texture issue for me. I don't care from.
Yeah.
I don't care for any direct nut.
Yeah, I'm dead again, by the way. I'm not a pistachio person. Did we? I feel like, dude, didn't we rank nuts in a previous?
I don't know if we ranked nuts.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't have much to contribute to that conversation.
So you're not a nut guy.
I'm not a nut guy.
All right. I think that's fair, to be honest. Nuts are one of those things where, first of all, like, so many people have allergies to nuts to begin with that I feel like a lot of the time, if you pick a person out of a crowd, there's a good chance they're not gonna like nuts to begin with. But there's also some nuts that also just aren't like nuts. Which, like, for instance, you know, a peanut, technically not a nut.
It's a legume?
It's a legume. You're 100% correct. But it's also, a lot of people will... Maybe I'll go so far as to, they will... Sorry, I'm in the middle of trying to figure out what the heck is going on in this turn.
I'm in the same position. I'm so glad you're talking right now.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. But there's...
You got this, bud.
Yeah, dude, the words are trying so hard to come out, and just none of them actually want to. You got nuts like peanuts, where most people think that they're nuts. They're not actually nuts. Then you have nuts like, say, like a Brazil nut. I'll go so far as to say a Brazil nut. That not really... I mean, it's a nut, 100%. But it's not your stereotypical nut that actually feels like a nut at all.
Okay.
Like, it's just like this waxy, chalky, which something can't really be waxy and chalky at the same time, but those of you that have had a Brazil nut, you understand what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna have to ask Chad, do you understand what he's talking about? Because I straight up don't.
Yeah?
I've never had a Brazil nut in my entire life.
Oh, okay. So a Brazil nut, so it's a very, very difficult nut to get out of the shell. So you end up like just basically, unless you're buying your Brazil nuts unshelled, which at that point, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you, it's pretty weak. You should shell your own Brazil nuts, you dang goons. But you end up not being able to get a lot of nut out of them, which is, I suppose, the main reason why you were to probably not shell them yourselves. But look, it's beside the point. There's a lot of nuts that offer a lot of different aspects of being a nut that could change people's opinions on nuts themselves. I think those are the words I'm trying to get out, yet I still don't necessarily like the opinions. You know, like hazelnuts are very, very different from cashews, which are very, very different from, I don't know, peanuts, which aren't actually nuts, which are very, very different from a coconut, which is a completely different kind of nut. Like, honestly, a Brazil nut.
Is a coconut a nut?
Yes, I believe so. Today you learned, right?
Today I learned, exactly.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
But I did, dude. The whole trying to figure out what the hell is and isn't something for food. It's kind of like animals as well. Like a platypus. How the hell did platypi ever show up on Earth, right? It's a mammal, but it has a weird tail and like webbed feet, and crap's just weird. And the same with peanuts. Yeah. Why put nut in the name if it ain't a nut, huh?
Basically, the platypus is there as an excellent joke on anyone who's interested at that period of time in, oh god, I'm trying to stall and I can't remember. It's the study of zoology, right? There we go.
You gotta help me out for a second. Duplication potion.
Yo. Yep.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Because I definitely just played it, and it did not duplicate my cards that I played.
Did you play the card after the duplication potion?
Crap.
Yeah, okay. So when it says the next card, it means the next one.
Believe it or not. All right.
Yeah.
Good stuff, honestly.
Good stuff, good talk, Alexa.
Oh, it's good stuff. I'm not even doing the draft champs run anymore, by the way, because I know there's no chance of me catching you, so I
Honestly, that's totally fair. Also, like, you did straight up lose on the first run.
Yeah, I mean, also true. I just killed myself out of no.
It straight up happens. Like, there's an episode that went out live on YouTube today, quite a while ago for those of you who are watching on YouTube at the moment, that was, I'm not particularly proud of the end. I just dumbed. I wrong-brained, and it was not good. And I had to take a moment at the end to say, hey, it's like, also, like, please don't blame me.
Yeah.
Because you will just make mistakes as the new characters, right? You got to have time to understand them.
Yeah, I definitely do not understand anything going on with this character at all, man. I've tried. I've been playing off camera. I've been playing on camera. It just don't make sense to my brain quite yet. It will. And this is how it was with the defect at first too. It's just getting
I lost for a straight week with a defect.
Yeah. But boy, it is a character in a video game for sure.
You know what? I'd strongly agree on that front.
Yeah.
It's definitely a character in a video game. I honestly, I've been having an absolute blast with it so far.
Oh, it's a good character.
I think it's in a better position than the defect was when the defect came out. And the defect has, at times, been my favorite character in the past, so.
See, I'm interested. So I already, and I know, well, actually, I don't know, because I genuinely don't know what your opinion on this is yet. But the change to vigilance. Positive or negative?
It was necessary, but it's only okay because they also changed another card. There's a, I think it's not called Entercom. It's called, no, it is called Entercom. I think. Can't remember the name for the life of me at the moment. Inner Peace. Thank you, Dash. And it provides draw if you are in calm, or it enters calm. The difficulty of having a card that both enters calm and gives you draw, especially if it doesn't exhaust, in this game, is that you already have incentives to try and exit calm for energy, and you already have synergistic parts like adaptation that allow you to draw when changing stances. So you can piece those together quite easily to make something that will never stop running.
Yeah.
Not easily, but the pieces are there, and it's a little dangerous.
No, and I agree with you. I for one, I really like the change because I felt like it needed it like badly, because I was finding that I was either having runs that were straight vigilance, or I was having runs that were straight eruption at the beginning.
I can't agree with that. I wasn't experiencing that at all. I've heard that from a couple of people reporting that I think single stancing is the way to go.
See, and I disagree with that statement.
Really?
I don't think that I've had many runs where single stancing was the way that I won. And by that I mean I also haven't won, so it's difficult for me to.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
I wasn't gonna call you out on it.
Yeah, it's difficult for me to say that. But the runs that I've had the most success on were either mantra focused or just completely flipping back and forth all the time, collecting the energy from vigilance and kind of rolling with it. Which those are like really fun decks, so I can't be mad about it. I just I guess I just found that I was having significantly more success after the patch today.
Yeah, it does seem like the character is actually getting a little per patch at the moment. But I don't know if that's the wrong direction to go in at the moment. Right? I think to frustrate people as they're learning the character would prevent them from continuing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough because, you know, I don't consider myself to be good at Slay the Spire, and you know that, and everybody in chat knows that. Chat, you're lovely, but you all know I suck. So it is what it is. I can hold my own in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really having difficulty with this character. And I feel like if I'm sucking, this is not like to toot my own horn in the slightest, but I feel like if I'm sucking at this character, other people gotta be struggling. Like,
yeah,
I can't.
That's definitely present.
I can't fathom getting above like Ascension 5 with this girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the character itself is blowing my mind, and I think that's a good thing. Okay, I think it's a good thing. However, there's still an aspect of it where I'm like, maybe the balance is off, despite what people are saying that the balance isn't off. I'm still kind of like, maybe the reason why I'm losing is because of the game and not because of me. But then I look at like you, who's clearly like doing totally fine on your run and everything was peachy hunky-dory, and I'm like, okay, maybe I suck. But
in particular, I think the thing that like exacerbates that is this character is very, very they're gonna have very, very polarized results, right? It feels like a lot of the time you reach a point and then suddenly die, or you trounce everything.
yeah.
And on top of that as well, it's like they're clearly going for, like, as the characters progress, increases in the skill ceiling, and they've kind of, like, in my opinion, like, kind of perfectly hit that. There are mechanics in this character that are very, very clearly there that are incentivizing increasing the skill ceiling for players and rewarding players in that position. I honestly think it's actually in a pretty good for that. I don't know how I'm going to feel as I go into the higher ascensions.
Yeah, and I guess
I do
that's
have the
what I'm
concern
worried about. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm worried about, because I think that the character is, I'm gonna call it balanced right now.
It's gonna take ages for me to make that call.
Yeah, I think that the character is balanced right now. I just worry about the future of it a little bit, just a tiny bit. But it's so early on. Like, it's really difficult for us to sit here and talk about, you know, everything about this character without having the understanding of where they intend to go with it, because it's still such early in the development here. But it's
I mean, on top of that, it's gonna take like a solid 70 to 100 hours with this character before I have like a really strong stance on where I think her power level is. The thing that I am concerned about in particular with High Ascension is that because the enemies gain both HP and damage, and Wrath stance is doubling the damage that you take, you can oftentimes put yourself in a position where you've doubled the level of ascension that you're increasing. Yeah. Effectively. And also you can't necessarily stand there and reach for lethal in the same way that you might otherwise with Wrath builds. Now, obviously, like, a Wrath, like, straight build isn't the kind of thing you're going to want to build in High Ascension, and in the same way that, like, there are certain builds you only want to build in Low Ascension with the other characters.
Yeah.
But you're not always going to be able to guarantee your ability to exit Wrath at the moment, especially because Clear Mind, which is the one that upgrades to 0 exhaust skill that enters Calm, doesn't retain, whereas Crescendo does. I think, like, there are a decent amount of calm triggers in the deck right now, but, like, it seems like you're kind of reliant on a couple of them turning up so that you can get the switching going on.
Yeah. And maybe that's, I don't know. There still feels, there feels to me like there's a couple of like insanely good cards, and then a couple of cards that I just don't feel like I ever want to use. And maybe that's where I'm, like, I can see, you know, like there's the one card that is, I think it's Consecrate. That's a 0 cost, 3 damage to all enemies.
It's 4 now.
Oh boy.
I know, it's incredible.
Yeah. But I look at something like that and I go, look, I get it. You want me to do a divinity deck where this is going to do 12 damage to all enemies. Whoop-de-friggin' do? It's still not good, and I should never take that.
Ooh, yeah, but if you think about it in a vacuum, yes. However, if you think about it in terms of this character who has very little access to AoE that doesn't, you know, end your turn, as well as reasonable access to draw, specifically in stance switching builds, suddenly a 0 cost that has that effect is a lot better.
Sure, I think. And that's part of the issue, I guess, is I just don't know yet. So it's really tough for me to make decisions on it. Like, everybody and their mother has been asking me, like, oh, Tyler, what do you like about the new character? What do you think about the new character, you know? Is the new character the best character to ever go and Slay the Spire? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And it makes it really hard to pass judgment right now. On anything involving this character. But it's still a lot of fun, which is, you know, in the end, that's kind of all I care about. But
it's very much the similar kind of position that I'm in. Excuse me. Where pretty much anytime I'm asked, like, how are you liking the character? I'll say, oh, cool, okay, I can easily answer that question. But then if someone asks, okay, how good do you think the character is? How good do you think they are compared to other characters and things like that? I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to give you an answer for a really long period of time. That's unsatisfying, but sorry.
Yeah.
It'd be almost irresponsible of me to.
Yeah, I agree with you. Raps, where are you at on your run, buddy?
Right now?
Right this second.
I'm having a bad time against the giant head.
Oh no.
Yeah, I've been in this fight for about 7 trillion years. I'm pretty sure my descendants are gonna have to finish it for me.
That's not great.
What? Isn't it? I thought it was doing okay.
It could be better. I'll word it like that for sure.
Huh.
But
you're probably right. It could be a little bit better.
I'm sorry to hear you've entered complete and total hell, but hopefully there's a way out that involves killing the giant head here sometime soon.
Oh yeah, no, I'm you know, if I don't hold out for the lesson learned, maybe I can do it this turn. But I really want to hold out for the lesson learned.
What is your opinion on the opinion of a lot of people that are saying the new character is a lot like a modded character? It doesn't feel like a new character, it just feels like a modded character. Because I've been getting that one a lot too.
Yeah, no, anytime that sentiment has propped up in my chat, I've immediately slapped it down with specifically this. The developers left design space in the game that they are allowed to iterate on. Yes. Obviously, modders are going to be able to capitalize on that a lot faster than the developers will, because the developers have, you know, verification processes and obviously behind the scenes development rather than usually out in the front. Obviously, we're on the beta branch, which is an exception to that, but still the character's being worked on for a long period of time before this. I think to limit the design space of the developers by the modders, which is the argument that's effectively being made of, hey, this is reminiscent of mod characters, grumble, grumble, is extremely bad. What? Yeah. You limit what the game can be.
I agree completely. Now here's the even funkier question, I guess. When you originally found out there was going to be a 4th character,
yes,
what did you expect them to do with it?
Honestly, not too far from this. I didn't think that like retain was going to be the largest part of the build, but I did think that they would specifically need to increase the skill cap because that was the design goal, obviously, with the defect, and the most clear way to do that is to give players influence over multiple turns at a time.
Interesting.
So yeah, not too far from this. Like, obviously, I wouldn't be able to say, oh, well, it's going to be called the Watcher, and it's going to be monk-based, and it's going to be kind of psychic-based, and it's going to have all of that. And, like, I, vigilantly avoided spoilers as well. Because, you got it. But yeah, no, this isn't too far from what I would have expected. Like, but then again, like, all I'm saying at the moment is I expected that it would be a higher skill level character. So, it's a statement without a point, I guess.
Yeah. That's interesting, though.
I guess, what would you think?
I guess I didn't really know what they were going to do. I knew it was going to be something new. And in the end, I'm going to go so far as to say it wasn't actually something new. Because you had the idea of retain already in the game. Like, I kind of expected a new... Not, like... I don't want to call it a debuff, because I think in a lot of ways we have that now in the form of the stance switching shenanigans. But I guess I maybe expected, like, kind of like how the Silent has shivs of poison. I kind of expected something more, I don't know what the word here is that I'm necessarily looking for. It's like I expected some new debuff like poison to be kind of the centerpiece for it.
Did you expect a new stat?
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little bit.
I've heard that expressed before, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm mad that there's not one. I expected something that maybe would end up being able to be thrown into the other characters as well in the form of like a relic of some kind that could end up bringing something just totally brand new to the game for the entirety of the game, not just for this new character.
Well, did that happen in the defects? Because focus and orbs don't translate to other characters in the same way.
And you're 100% correct. I guess I just kind of thought they would. I feel like I felt
based on what?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you, which is why that the entire statement itself, is a little bit dumb when you look at it, through the thin rimmed glasses here. But I think it was the combination of the game is coming out of, its early access. You now have, we're looking to just add more content kind of thing. I guess I just expected, not that the character isn't content, because I still think it is, but I expected it to be something bigger for the game as a whole kind of thing. But that's also, it's a pretty weak argument.
Yeah, I can't agree. I have found it really sizable so far. All right, let's, a little inside baseball, right? I did have concerns that, hey, if the character's bad, what the hell do I do?
Yeah, no, dude, and I also had the same concerns.
I could not be more relieved, thankfully.
Yeah. And I guess I never had fear that the character would be bad. Like, I
didn't have
the
fear,
character
but I was terrified of what if.
Yeah. Oh, and you can what if up, down, and all around all day long. Like,
I know, and I do. It's like core to my anxiety.
Very true. Very true.
All for one in this character is so wild.
So I definitely just realized that I have been doing standard normal runs, and I have the mod on that doesn't give you card rewards. So I've just been playing standard deck runs, and I'm gonna be real, I've been doing this for probably 20 minutes and haven't noticed. So
Yeah, it happens. We're kind of distracting you, frankly.
Yeah, that's where my head is right now. And I'm like, man, these runs are like crazy weak. Why am I like super losing an Ironclad Ascension 1 run? And then I realized, oh yeah, it's that whole thing where I'm just playing with my base deck with one crappy card I got at the beginning to take 24 damage.
Yeah, that's some rough stuff right there.
It's a journey for sure.
Have you ever played Journey?
So I have not played Journey. However, I have been bugged like 7 trillion times to play Journey by my chat. So I'm probably gonna do it eventually, but I don't know. I guess I'm not that interested in it, so I find it difficult for me to like get super hyped about it when I'm not. It was kind of like Dark Souls. People could hype me up to play Dark Souls, but it's kind of like, in the end, I don't really want to play Dark Souls, so there's not really any reason for me to get all that hyped about it, you know?
Yeah, it's totally fine. I mean, like, because I spend, like, less of my time as a streamer, and, like, or rather, I don't have regular stream hours, right? So, if I'm on stream, it's usually there's something I want to play, rather than the direction from the other way. So, how do you feel like the audience influences the games that you play on stream versus on YouTube?
So I think that there is a greater aspect of the stream influences what you play on Twitch versus the opposite on YouTube. And it solely boils down to the fact that when you're recording a video, this is some super inside baseball, but when you're recording a video, you don't see the numbers of how people enjoy the video as you're recording it. I have whittled my deck down to 3 friggin' cards on this fight because I've just been exhausting crap as I go. This is hysterically bad. But obviously you can't see how people enjoy your video immediately upon it going up. That's how it works. So it's a little bit difficult to judge, you know, kind of that entire thing on Twitch. You know, like for instance, and I'm not gonna hate on it, okay? Because I think the game was okay. But last week I streamed Atomic Crops, pretty fun.
Yep.
Followed that up with some Celeste, incredibly fun. Had a really good time. Okay.
Glad to hear.
Followed that up with Aratus, Lord of the Dead. Okay.
And yeah, we'll continue.
Yeah. Held pretty standard amount of viewers through the first 2. Got to Aratus. About 80% of my viewers left. Because the fact of the matter is, it's a pretty boring game to watch. Don't shoot the messenger. But it's a pretty
No, I'm not shooting the messenger. I'm not gonna play Aratus again. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. There was actually a point made earlier in the chat in that they've gone the EA branch and they're looking to add DLC as new characters and stuff like that. And also, before they finish the GD game?
Yeah. That's a little...
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also got like another email like after I finished my Iridus series that was like, hey, so I'm the guy who developed Iridus and then got kicked off the project. Oh, well, that's business for you. So here's my new game. And I was like, ooh, yikes. My God, my dude, you doing okay?
Yeah, that's like the hottest. I wouldn't even know how to handle the email, to be honest with you.
I didn't respond because I actually didn't like the other games. So, okay, hang on. So I got kind of called out in my own chat by a community manager for a game, that is to say in my Discord, by a community manager for a game that I'd not responded to the message of. It was such an awkward moment.
Yeah. So here's... I'm going to out myself as like a terrible human being. And there are a lot of people that are not going to like what I say here. So, but this is also a little bit of inside baseball as well. Raps, on average, how many games do you get sent in a week?
Probably a couple hundred.
Okay, I was gonna say, it's up there.
Yeah.
How many, on average, do you reply to in a week?
Maybe one.
I was gonna say, it's less than 10, 100% less than 10. I will get people where, and like, God bless some of the developers, man, because they will send you a message and they'll be like, hey, check out this game, yada yada. It's this, that, and that. I take one look at it, I go, not gonna be for me, and I just don't reply. Then, 2 days later, another message in my thing. Hey, you check out our game yet? And I'm like, look, just because you're sending me another message doesn't mean that I'm gonna play your game. So I don't reply. 2 days later, another message. Hey, you play our game yet? And I'm like, now it's time for me to reply and be like, hey, please stop messaging me. And like, it sucks every time you have to send the message. But the issue is there's too many friggin' games. And it sucks even more when these people join your Discord and then start, while you're talking to your chat, be like, hey, check out this game I'm making. It's like, don't do that. Oh, because like, it's horrible for us.
Like, obviously it sounds like incredibly privileged from the outset, and it is in a certain way.
And that's why I wanted to kind of preface this.
The communication is one to many on each side. So you can't keep it up, right? Because they're sending that email blind CC'd to 1 billion people, and they just have like a drop list of, oh, you're this, and you play this game. You your people will probably enjoy this. And honestly, like, especially if you're an indie developer that is actually watching, the thing that I will say is include a GIF that tries to encapsulate the gameplay loop, and that's like 95% of your job done.
Or I'll
send an email that's... Oh, sorry.
I'll go a different route. If you don't have my name in the email, don't even bother. and that it sounds terrible.
Like, I'm fine with like broad shot emails. I'm okay with it.
See, and here's all I'll say on that front. I have gotten an email before that was, dear angle bracket, insert name here, angle bracket.
Yeah, same. You want to know one even... Oh, okay. So this was someone who clearly knew my name, but they thought that I'm 2 different people because I have like 4 names. So they addressed me as Dear Ryan James and John Pearson.
Really good.
I got to applaud that.
It's really good. I think so. My favorite, and it's to the point where it's actually a meme in my chat because of how bad it was. But I got a partnership opportunity, which you know, another just inside baseball. Any of you looking to stream and do YouTube and things of that sort, like, you're gonna get 100 different partnership requests, and pretty much all of them are bogus, but beside the point. So I got one from the company Top Buzz. Don't know who they are, but don't need to know who they are. And I got an email that said, Dear, all in caps, Olexa, we really enjoyed your video called, and then it put in the video that I posted that was 20 seconds long, indicating that I was live on Twitch. So it was,
we really liked your announcement that you were live.
Olexa, we loved your video, live on Twitch right now. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You're telling me that your algorithm can't even find a video that actually makes sense for you to like? Like, but it was
you know what? I appreciate that they sent that email just so that I get to enjoy it.
Yeah, it was a pretty, but there's all kinds of garbage emails that we get sent on the daily, and I feel like people, you know, and I'm not talking about, you know, our fans in Discord and stuff like that, where they will tell you, they're like, hey, have you checked out X game? And it's some no-name thing that they found on, you know, Twitter somewhere that, frankly, like, it could be the best game ever, but there's just way too friggin' much to play right now to merit, you know, dropping everything to play whatever this game is that the person says. And you may have an email sitting for it, you know, in your email right now. But the fact of the matter is, like, this industry is so friggin' big that trying to figure out what games are good, bad, what games are, you know, Erratus, Lord of the Dead, and which games are Slay the Spire. It's half of our job just to do that.
Yep.
And then on top of it, you have the whole, oh, by the way, we have to punch out, you know, 25 videos a week or else we become irrelevant on whatever platform we're doing, too. You know, that whole part of it. And that's the inside baseball that people just don't get. And it's fine, honestly, because it's not their job to figure that out. It's our job. But
the part that I have to break with you on that is that if someone, especially if a name I recognize in my community sends a game or sends me a name of a game, I will always look at the Steam page.
Oh, I will.
Every single
100%. You always gotta look.
Yeah.
But then,
you know, again, like you know, because it happens so often, and because you've obviously got other priorities as well. I'm looking at that first video. I'm looking at the first 2 screenshots. I might read the first line of the description. I'm out.
Yep. I'm with you.
It's just not economically viable in terms of time, like time economics, rather, to do.
Yep.
Like, if I read and replied to every email, I would make no content.
Pretty much, yeah. You're absolutely right. And it's little things like, you know, people don't understand that there, somewhere along the line, people missed the time that it takes to do things. So I just recently was borderline generously given a Nintendo Switch. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, it was incredibly sweet of one certain member of my community to do it. That now means that, I mean, tomorrow I'm going to be streaming some Switch stuff for the first time, and I'm going to be ending my Undermine series on YouTube to start up a Mario Maker series. Bunch of really fun stuff. I made a little note about everything that was going on up on the YouTube. Made a note of it in the Discord. Got a comment that said, I don't get why you're ending Undermine. Just do both. And I'm like, so great idea. Thank you for mentioning that I should do both. Where do you want me to find the time to do it?
Have you considered it before, though? But had you actually considered doing both, though? Because maybe they're onto something.
I mean, maybe I should just consider doing
both.
All of the games in existence right now. What could go wrong?
Like, really? Especially for both of us, right now is so packed.
Dude,
there are maybe 10 games I can think of off the top of my head that I desperately want to be playing at the moment.
Yep.
But Dicey Dungeons and Atomic Crops and Slay the Spire's new character and streaming 7 hours a day, there's no ability to do it.
No. And that's part of the issue, you know? It's like, sure, I would love to be playing Undermine right now. I think Undermine is a really, really good game. But then there's the little bit called, yeah, Undermine is a really good game. However, Undermine also pulls less views than insert X game here. Then you have the issue of, you know, Undermine takes this long to record versus this game that takes that long to record to, you know, I have class at this time and that time every day. When can I fit in recording an episode of this? Do I have the time to record an episode of this? There's so many different factors to think about for content creators that, you know, somebody just blindly comments with, well, just do both, stupid. And it's like, well, you solved the mystery, man. Thanks for giving me the keys to the kingdom.
Gotta be entirely honest with you. I feel really, really privileged in terms of that, in that I don't encounter that from my community. I encounter that from people who want me to cover their game. Like, almost always the position from my community. I mean, like, as soon as I started my new Slay the Spire stuff on YouTube, one of the first and most upvoted comments was, I understand this is a big time for you, Rhapsody, but make sure to take care of yourselves. We don't want you to stress yourselves and put yourselves out on our behalf. And I was like...
Yeah, it's like, one, you're the best human being on Earth.
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing is, I in no way, shape, or form do I want to ill-speak my community, because my community is fantastic. It's the people, and I'm sure that you can attest to this a little bit. There's the people that are your community, and then there are the people that watch your YouTube channel. They're two very different subsets. At least for me it is. Maybe it's not for you. But
okay, so for me, those usually align like quite closely. But whenever something breaks outside of my immediate circle, or especially if it brings back subscribers who'd since stopped watching, you suddenly start getting people who like don't necessarily understand the channel culture to a degree, and you start getting much ruder comments and like people like very insistent that you need to know why they don't like you.
Yeah.
Thankfully, like, that stuff is extremely outweighed, and I feel quite good about it at the moment. But like, especially like if something else is going wrong at the time, it's easy to look at those and go, shh, they're right.
Yeah.
So I've just got my win.
You finally just won?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I
thought you were done a long
time
time ago.
So I had the time meter, and it took up a lot of time.
I mean, he does eat time, huh?
Mm-hmm. A fair bit of it. So do you want to do the Price is Right rules for the score?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Do you got higher than 0?
Yeah.
Dude, you got it.
Oh, sweet.
Congrats. Great work.
Thank you very much. Talk to big game at the very start. I did successfully stop you from getting your win streak.
You know, I think I just need a wee bit of practice with the new character. Just a little tiny bit.
Do you want to do some backseating runs?
At
some point?
I'm gonna put it as a strong maybe.
Sweet.
God knows.
That's a strong maybe. We'll discuss at some point in the future. But for the people that are on YouTube, since Olexa did the intro and then the mid bit as well, I'll do the outro. My name is Rhapsody. His name has been Olexa. You can find links in the description down below to each of the channels, the one you're not currently watching it on. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
Goodbye, everybody.